As the world faces the reality of climate change, the need for renewable energy has never been more pressing. Countries worldwide have set goals to decrease their dependence on fossil fuels and transition to clean energy sources. The Netherlands is taking this goal seriously to a growing number of local renewable energy initiatives. The private sector has made investments in large-scale commercial solar fields, utilizing valuable land to generate profits for investors. However, in recent years, there is a growing criticism of this approach, with concerns that these commercial solar fields do not benefit the local community. They may not take into account the needs and concerns of the community, such as land use and potential negative environmental impacts. Furthermore, community members may not have a voice in the operation or decision-making of the solar field, resulting in a lack of transparency and accountability for its actions. 6 years ago, in the small town of Aalst, a group of friends gathered at a community barbecue, discussing their shared desire to make a positive impact in their community. They recognized the importance of sustainability and the need for renewable energy, especially in the face of climate change. However, as private commercial solar fields began to dominate the landscape, the group realized that these developments were not always beneficial for the community. They saw the need for a shift towards community-based solar fields that prioritize the needs and concerns of the local community and allow for greater participation and transparency in the decision-making process.
Our society will come to a standstill without electricity. There's no alternative. That's why we should try and provide all households of Aalst with local, sustainable energy.
That was the moment the Stroomtuin initiative started. The goal was to provide all households in Aalst with local, sustainable energy. With the goal set, they approached their local municipality. The municipality saw potential in their idea and helped them take off by guiding them through the pilot programme Meanskips Energy, Community Energy. The initiative had to meet 3 important conditions involving the community into the pilot: involvement, legitimacy, and financial return. With the conditions set, the group decided to focus on solar panels. The next question was, where are we going to put them? They approached companies with the intention to put the panels on the roofs, but did not find interest.
We tried to approach different companies, but they realized that if we can do this with subsidy, so can they as a company.
This meant that in a fraction of a day, all the roofs in Aalst were occupied. The municipality set up Tafel, a group of experts to help find the best location for the initiative. Through their efforts, 2 suitable locations were found and initiators could focus on community involvement. The next step was to create support within the community. The initiators were responsible for engaging the community. This was felt by the interviewed resident.
It felt like it was this group of residents of Aalst starting this initiative without self-interest.
To create support, the initiators needed to encourage inhabitants to join the movement. To talk to the community, they went to the annual market in Aalst. Reactions from the residents were very positive at the time. They thought it was a good idea that Aalst was working on sustainability. Also, there were several information evenings arranged for all residents of Aalst regarding the Stroomtuin. Around 250 residents attended. The plans were presented and became more concrete after every interaction with the public. Residents could also read about Stroomtuin in the local newspapers, keeping the community engaged.
We presented our plans and we encouraged people to respond, both in positive and negative.
From that moment, some negative sounds emerged. These critical reactions were mainly related to financial concerns, adaptation of the solar field into the landscape, and biodiversity surrounding the area.
We want to be able to meet the people at the bakery without there being any resentment towards each other.
The plans were adjusted following these conversations. For example, it was chosen that the solar field was created next to the industrial area instead of next to a neighborhood. To integrate the plan into the surrounding area, a dike was created and the panels were lowered. To encourage biodiversity, a mix of plants were released around the borders to attract bees and other insects.
I think we adapted the landscape very well into our projects. Even opposing parties told us we did the best we could, and it looks quite well.
In 2019, the Stroomtuin project was able to move forward as enough citizens were convinced to participate. It's noteworthy that 90% of the participants were from Aalst, even though only 10% of the invitation letters were sent to residents of this town. This demonstrates the strong support for the project within the community of Aalst and the limited impact it had outside of the community. As the project's initiators look back on their efforts, they express a sense of pride in the success they achieved. They believe they were able to involve the local community fully, and the municipality is pleased that the project had such strong support among the citizens. The project also served as a valuable guide for similar projects in the municipality in the program of Meanskip. One interviewed citizen expressed,
I am proud that Aalst managed to do it and that such a small group of people succeeded.